something which has raised caused the contention in the public there is about your mentorship and Mao's mentorship. Some people say you mentored the Mao, and the others say Mao mentored you. Who really mentored the other?
No, he mentored me because he's more superior. He was into politics before myself. I am just a good student. And we are actually both good. Me, I can say, but different.
Okay.
We have got some kind of differential endowments here and there. We are completely compatible. If you find both of us doing the same thing, I think the sky can be the limit. I think that is where people think, because we have got different backgrounds, certainly, but we have got a lot of consistencies.
Okay.
He has the oratory skills, and I think I am also a communication expert. He is a lawyer, I am.
You're a lawyer too.
We have all been in the Democratic Party. We have never been to a different political party ever since we left university. He left university when I was still in secondary school. I left university when he was in parliament. Ever since, he has never left the Democratic Party. So we've worked together outside the DP, struggled, and became its leaders. That is why people can
ship you Secretary General Wechibina, Honorable Gerard Siranda. Because at the start you said it, you're intending to stand for presidency, and contest for presidency in next Delegates conference. And rumor has it he also intends to do the same.
I don't know.
Have you people communicated? Maybe
he has never told me. Yes, he's my very good friend. I recruited him, so he replaced me in Yala. I introduced the seat into the Democratic Party, both by court and you know, I was the first MP for the region for DP.
I know.
I caused the first free and fair election of members of Yala. I was almost the second in the East African Court of Justice. Ugandans never knew that court. So I have been a pioneer for very many things. Honorable Silanda is a very nice Secretary General. I don't think he really wants to be president. I think that is just a rumor.
Okay.
It is just a very funny rumor that I have never heard about, but which I can give my own thought.
Okay.
And probably reach out. I need his support. He may need mine, because the party needs solid support. Really.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
For almost half a year, we've not seen you together with Honorable Mao. Yet, at first, you were like political twins. Once you see Mao, it was evident the next person you will see is Mbidde. But right now, it's almost half a year. He doesn't talk good about you. The same thing this side. Enkolagana yammwe eyimiridde etya naye era ekirala abantu kye baali agadde otegeera muyinza okubanga in the public eye tetubalaba, but then you're communicating emabega wa curtain. Omukulu wasembayo muwulizaako ddi?
Nasembayo ddi twanyumyako recently ku celebration za Honorable Minister of State for Agriculture, Honorable Desire Muhoza. Kubanga nali ku mukolo gwe ne Honorable yaliko naye ate nali nina okuvaako amangu because I had a commitment somewhere. So twasooka kunyumya ne nvaako.
Okay.
That is the last.
Yolo mwayogera ku kizaali nsonga za kibiina oba bintu byammwe biri personal ng'abantu b'omukono, people have been together for so long.
Ensonga z'ekibiina tuzoogerako, to be honest. Era tutuula. Naye buli omu ayina ensonga ze tutuuse okwogera mu public ne ze tutannaba.
Okay.
Gwe ky'oba omanya nti twogera. We are not enemies. I think we cannot afford to be enemies. We have a lot to lose. But I have got a very strong opinion, which will culminate into the ballot box.
Okay. When muba mwogera, should the public hope to once again at least see Mbidde and Mao holding hands and working around together like it was before?
I expect his support, because I've supported him for 25 years. Can't he afford to support me for only 1 year? I think I will expect his support. That is when the public will see us.
And it would be good indeed. Kubanga, recently, some people say you orchestrated the plot that helped him retain presidency. But Ugamba, his support had weakened at least a bit. His popularity was never popular, but at least you were behind that. How is that?
He was not at his best, certainly, during the last Delegates conference. I think the mistakes had mysteriously metamorphosed into a substantial dislike against him. By the way, from all and sundry of the Delegates conference. But of course, as colleagues, we sat down, hatched programs on how to make sure the people have him back, and that's what we did. I had my contribution. I can't say I'm the one that made him come back, but I think my contribution cannot be underemphasized.
Okay. So did the people finally love him back?
Of course, they voted for him. For me, that was a statement of affection towards his leadership. Two, of course, excuses were also supposed to be produced for a few things.
By the losers?
No, we produced excuses for where we had gone wrong.
Okay.
Otherwise, those delegates were seriously intended to dismissing our leadership. But we had to address the wrongs. We met the delegates in terms of clusters, basing on their regions. We had a marathon of a whole 24 hours of meeting, campaigning, reassessing, commitments, making commitments afresh. And that is when they believed in us, and we carried the day. So the opponents, of course, started doing their social media ballet and ludicry, indicating as if there is rigging. But there was no rigging.
Okay.
Because, I mean, on the ballot box, I was with the Honorable Ulume. We were sitting together. If there was rigging, clearly, would he allow anybody to rig his vote?
So the vote was free and fair?
It was free and fair.
Okay.
But there was security because a lot of things were being orchestrated by opposers. You know, when somebody behaves in such a way, that goons were ferried from Kawempe, ferried in buses, a resident in Barala hotels, waiting to capture ballot boxes. Of course, that would discredit our own election. Security had to be called in by the RDCs and the leadership of the area to make sure nobody handles. And when they started playing with electricity, police was told to go with the ballot boxes with all the candidates and all their agents so that they can be housed in the arena of the hotel that is more protected.
Okay.
Now that is where the coverage was done to indicate that boxes have been taken away. They have been whisked away, but everybody moved with the boxes. If there was anything like ballot stuffing, rigging, first of all, even the numbers would never tally. We would be having a delegates conference of 1,500 voters who would turn out to have close to 4,000 votes. It never happened. So I think something that we had not initially identified was the poor coverage by social media practitioners. I think that is the thing that helped to mudslinging the procedure, which was otherwise free and fair. So he was voted for. I had a contribution, but I am not the reason for which he was returned.
Okay. Right now, ovuddeyo okwesowolayo ng'omu ku bantu abasobola okugamba nti standing against his leadership.
Why do you call it against? I am not standing against his leadership. I am replacing him. This term here, he's free to run it the way he wants. And I am not combating his style of leadership. But I think we are providing a better alternative to the style so far that he is implementing.
My question, okuva mu mwaka 2010 ndowooza Honorable Mao yafuukira president w'ekibiina. Mubaddemu ebiwayi n'abantu ab'enjawulo abazze bakongoka ku kibiina. Era nga bebavaayo bo bagamba nti Mao engeri gy'atambuzamu ekibiina si engeri gye baali agadde ekibiina kitambule. The likes of Honorable Namboze, the likes of former Lord Mayor Elias Lukwago, the likes of Honorable Mpuuga, n'abalala bangi nnyo abavuddeyo mu mbeera eyo wabula mu kiseera kino kyonna gw'osigadde ng'okyabackinga mawe you've been supported gyali do you regret okubeera nga teweegatta ku bantu bano mu kiseera ekyo?
No, not at all. For me, naturally, I am not a nomadic politician. You will not find me hopping from political party to political party. It is very unlikely. Because I believe a party, if their wrong opinion is being implemented, suggests the best ones. If you run away, you will still get confronted with the same wrong opinions. And that is the history that has followed the people that left DP. They have kept on hopping from party to party, but getting confronted with almost worse opinions than the ones they ran away from. So mine is to establish now a procedure that invites them back. Let them come back and we lead this party. We give it a leadership because it's not our party. Incidentally, this is a political party that is led by all those that are younger than the party itself. It was formed before we were born, all of us. So clearly, it is not running on our own whims. We are the ones running on its own terms. Let them come back, we cite the terms, make amendments, and move on. For me, I believe we would have been very far if people did not weaken the party by running away. If they insisted on leading it better, we would be in heaven.
Okay.
Yes.
Honorable, last time we twali wano, you talked about the cooperation agreement between DP and the NRM. And you seemed not to be happy with it. Yet at first you really supported it. You supported it. What could be the problem? Has it not yielded to your expectations?
You see, for me, I am a very disciplined member of the party. I support all party programs. And when the cooperation agreement was introduced as a party program, I read the agreement. I had a meeting with the president of the party for almost 3 hours. We were all locked in the house by his wife. Everybody was in the courtyard and they locked us in
at his home.
At his home on the day after the signing of the said agreement. Because I wanted to understand what he had done. When he explained it to me and we read page by page, I discovered it was important for purposes of harnessing the objects for which it had been written. Number one, if there is an agreement that government writes, signs with an opposition party, which includes a transition, a peaceful transition, amendment of laws for the introduction of respect for fundamental human rights, the electoral commission, of course, the manner in which it is constituted, to be amended for purposes that a candidate doesn't appoint an electoral commission, respect for obligations are naturally under the constitution. All of those ones made a lot of sense. They are the objects for which we are in politics, to make Uganda safer for Ugandans. I agreed to support it because I had been explained it too. When it was run for 4 years and now to its expiry, I now come to learn it was a recipe for mere employment of some DP members. That the president of the party was appointed, actually employed as a minister, but nothing enshrined in the agreement was being respected by the cooperating entity. So that is when now I discovered, I think that had been a clock the Democratic Party had been played around with, and it had become a big problem for the Democratic Party because, you see, that agreement created something anomalous. We became a mongrel. We looked like a dog that actually fertilizes a goat, and the produce is something that nobody wants to deal with. The opposition does not believe we are members of the opposition, and in fact, when they have activities, we are never invited because they feel we are part of government.
Part of the NRM.
Now, the NRM during the elections treated us as if we are members of the opposition, rigged us out, and occasioned all sorts of animosity against our own candidates. In fact, all our candidates failed. Those that won did not win because they are DP. They only won because of where they come from, and probably because they obtained some excessive help from elsewhere. We have a full account of what happened. So in the future, we will be telling the population what happened. So then I discovered the agreement is doing more harm than the contrary to the Democratic Party. We now need to realign ourselves. We establish a proper and new ideological anchor chain.
Okay.
We now need to rediscover our own selves, because that is what we shall use to determine who should be our friends. So how do you determine the person you cooperate with? You must determine in accordance to your own aspirations. Now the Democratic Party needs to retreat, get back to the fold, debate, come up with ideological frameworks. Those will determine who we should work with. That is what I come for.
In your own view, was the cooperation agreement a political marriage or a political barrier?
It was a clog. It was a clog. I think, in my opinion, looking at what happened, it was never an antidote to anything. It was a public relations stunt for the NRM.
Okay.
Towards the international community that they are working with the DP and the opposition generally. Then the proponents, to me, it looked like somebody who reaches out. I don't want my president to be thought out as if he only was seeking for employment. Because that is not the kind of guy I had known for quite some time. But that is the result. So the resultant effect was a few people were picked, like other people kept on being picked. Betty Kamya, who and who, Norbert Mao. So we were relegated to a recruitment agency for the NRM, so that they can only pick whatever they want, leave whatever they don't want, and business goes on in terms of running their own manifesto. So that agreement had nothing to benefit the Democratic Party. Thank God it expired, and now we have nothing to do with it.
Mondowooza yange, anyway, bw'oba otunuddemu kyogamba gundi agreement eno okubeerawo yonna this cooperation, ordinary member gundi oba supporter wa DP ali ewaffe ekamuli okuva ebusoga Depinda villages talina kintu yadde nekimu kyasobola kutunulako n'agamba nti at least kino kibadde kirungi about the agreement, about the cooperation.
Byonna byalimu nga birungi, naye tebyakolebwa. So kakati agreement eyo yo bw'ogiwa omuntu ayinza n'ogitwala nga Bible ewaka. They can even celebrate. Naye teyatandika. So agreement eyo yali egamba nti mu bbanga lya myezi 4 twali tulina okutuula ne NRM okukkaanya ku method oba enkola gye tulina okuyitamu okuteeka mu nkola agreement eyo. Twatuula, ndoza agreement yali signed nga 2022 July, naye okuva olwo tetunatuula. Emyaka ndoza giri 5 kati. So meaning yatuuka neggwako, because it was tagged to the 2021 manifesto. So yaggwako nga tetutudde, meaning one of the sides did not intend to have the agreement implemented. They only wanted to seem as if there is an agreement, but without actually acting in accordance to it. So omuntu wa bulijjo awo yaviiramu nti tetwakola byali birina kubeera mu ndagaano. Actually abantu baatuuka okulowooza nti endagaano erimu kugaba bwa minisita n'ebifo ebirala ebyalimu. Twatuuka ekiseera n'abantu baffe aba DP ne batandika okugitunuuliranga ekyokukozesa okufuna ebifo. Mwalimu obwa state minister, mwalimu statutory bodies 5 DP zirina okukulembera, mwalimu badduka emisana ne bateekamu ne EAR. Kyesiraba lwaki bagiteekamu, because twali tugirina already without an agreement. Twagijja mu court ya East Africa, then serving 10 years and we had no agreement. So naye baatuuka ekiseera buli omu n'atandika kusaamu munyago. Ndowooza ne Secretary General bwe yatuuka nga yatayininga nange muteekemu EAR kati. So the whole essence collapsed. Ekyokubiri, teri mu mateeka ag'ebyobufuzi. Kubanga amateeka g'ebyobufuzi gamanyi agreement za mirundi ebiri, ye Political Parties and Conventions Act. Agreement esooka bagiyita coalition agreement, eyokubiri bagiyita merger. So bw'obanga tokoze ku ezo zombi tobeera na kintu kyoteekeddwa kiri mu muzinzi gwa byabufuzi kubanga toyinza kiwandiisa ku electoral commission singa twali nga tugenderedde okukwatagana ne NRM tukolagane nayo twandikoze emu ku ezo coalition oba maja coalition musigala party weziri obuliro bwammwe bakandidate bamwe naye nga mukanya ku bintu ebimu maja one of the parties disappears ebyo byonna mu byobufuzi bibeerayo but that is not what we did so kino ekyakolebwa kino was a mongrel it is a complete enigma ekintu kyobeeraawo nga tebasobola kikubuuza n'okinyonnyola naye twateeka ekitiibwa mu baagiwandiika kuba baali bantu bakulu tugamba katusooke tubagoberere tulabe gye bakola ki gye balaga so agreement eyo teyayamba yatukosa bukosa kuba abantu baffe tebamanyi era batuuka mu field banoonya obululu ng'ensi ebasekerera temuyinza gamba omusajja agende afuze bubi nnyo kubanga fe pulezidenti waffe ye minisita we kakati kiba tekitegeerekeka so n'olwekyo twetaaga okuddayo ku drawing board ng'ekibiina ne bannaffe bonna tubakubira omulanga bakomewo ate tuddemu we champion a new course of action for the Democratic Party.
Okay.
I have been dying to have this conversation.
Yes, sir.
My major problem obviously has been the schedules.
Schedules, I understand.
We
it
are
hasn't
competing
been easy
with
for me to get you.
We are competing with a very limited amount of time. You know, each day was given 24 hours. I have got a Chinese client who is one of the wealthiest. When he visited Uganda, he was here for only 8 hours.
8 hours.
And he told me that his major disagreement with God, if he goes there, will be why did he give us only 24 hours of a day? That to him, a day required and necessitated over 34 hours.
34 hours.
That is the only time. That is how he would now comfortably be using his time.
Yes, sir.
So since then, I have also come to terms with the realization that actually time is extremely limited.
Okay, I understand. Honorable.
Yes.
Like I said in my introduction, that you're now leading the loudest rebellion against Honorable Norbert Mao's leadership at the Democratic Party. Indeed, if someone had told Ugandans at least 5 years ago that today Mbidde and Norbert Mao would be fighting in public, someone would have laughed. Tell us what really happened between you two people.
Mine is not really a rebellion. We are not even fighting. Ours is a transition, which must happen. There is nothing very difficult to stop than an idea whose time has come. I think my leadership has come. I have been at the helm of the Democratic Party, particularly in the kitchen. I know what we need. I know where this party is located throughout the country and even the diaspora. I can turn around this political party and lead the government. Because that's what we need now. I know that we are a party that has divided itself into a multiplicity of kakuns. Every opinion has actually become a faction. All we need is to establish a capacity to dialogue to the extent that opinion has become a decision, and that decision will be a united DP.
Okay.
That's what I come for. I am not disrupting his leadership that will end in the next Delegates conference. I am only preparing for mine, because there is no way I can prepare on transition stage itself. On the date of assumption of office, you don't prepare, because then you have failed ab initio. So my preparation must take place before that day, because he presented himself for election during the last Delegates conference as the last time in his life. So clearly we must be in position.
So he publicly
did that, and he's a man of his word. So clearly we must be on all of fours to the extent that we can be able to comfortably take over and still move the party. Number two, I think this party is now running short of capacity, the oomph to recruit. Now nobody wakes up thinking about DP in the political calculations of the country. We need now new energy, a new framework of issues, a new touch, a new ideological anchor chain. That is the only way that we can be in a position to establish a moving swan song on the lips of all Ugandans into the Democratic Party.
Okay.
That is what I come for.
Okay. But as you said, he declared it publicly in Mbarara that he was running for the very last time. But I don't think it's the first time for Mao to make such pledges. I remember, was it in 2021? He vowed to step down if DP failed to get at least 16 MPs in parliament. And you ended up not getting that number, but he remained the president. At least he came up with other reasons that used to support his state. What do you intend to do in case he doesn't do what he promised?
No, we are not going to tag our campaign to what he does. We only expect him to support us the same way we have supported him for 25 years. Okay. A lot of people think I have supported him for 15, 20. It has been 25 years down the road. It is his time to either support us or run against us, because we are already candidates. I can attest to the fact that I have never said anything and I have not fulfilled it. I am going to be a candidate and we will run and form government for the Democratic Party.
Come 2031.
Yeah. Or even earlier. Okay. Because you see, our constitution stipulates we can have a delegates conference each year. Yes. So resources allowing, we can even hold it earlier. Because why don't we get a period of time to reorganize ourselves earlier before getting to the general elections? Why would we wait for that final bit when we can have it earlier? So we will hold a lot of dialogue to the effect that we can even persuade him to have the delegates conference held earlier than 2031. Okay.
You recently, I think it was last time, if not at the beginning of this very month, it was last month, if not at the beginning of this very month, we were here, you had a press conference, and you declared, you told us you would be moving around the country very soon.
Yes.
With mobilization tours, at least to mobilize the voters, I think the party members.
Yes.
How far with it?
We are coming up, we are getting to final stages of establishing a cross-sectional command structure. We are setting up a national team.
Okay.
It is a national campaign team that includes diaspora representatives. Once the list is concluded, we will invite the media, name the list, and begin, of course, the move. So the list of campaigners will definitely come together. We meet, draw a strategic plan, and begin moving throughout the country. We have started earlier. You see, some people asked me, why are you so earlier? Now, if you wake up early, the journey becomes shorter. And that is what we are doing. We don't want a situation, because you see, most of the political leaders in Uganda have had their actions tainted with the, celebrity panjandra. When you wake up 2 months towards an election, you certainly will do nothing. You can't establish anything sensible. You cannot be in a position to establish the external and internal linkages practicable that can allow you even to form a government if you want. I see a lot of candidates here that if they won, they cannot form government. So ours is intended at the end of the road to form government of the Republic of Uganda.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you believe Honorable Ma was not done that you feel should have been done at the DP?
No, we are going to concentrate on what we are going to do. The population are aware of what was not done. We took over the party at a time when it had close to between 4 to 5 members of parliament. We ran it up to 16 members of parliament, including a regional MP. Now it has gone back to 6. So meaning, I think the curve now is on a reducing scale. It is on a downward trend. That is not something that we need to embark on. Our role is going to be to make sure we get a majority in parliament and form government. Okay. That is my aspiration.
Okay.
Yes.
Honorable, my viewers would like to know, for those who has followed you people closely for decades, I don't think there has ever been any politician you have loved like you loved the Honorable Norbert Mao. Because Roma even, I don't know, is it Roma? Has it that you even introduced this person to DP? Era gwe wamutunda ne mu bantu abantu okusobola okumwagala. Okusobola okutegeera Mao yani. What really attracted you to Honorable Norbert Mao?
First of all, everybody will attest to the fact that he's a man that is talented with the substantial witticism. He's an eloquent speaker. And for us, when we were in secondary school, we would still read newspapers of Mao when he was guild president of Makerere University.
Yes.
He was an inspiration to me, and I got inspired even into running for guild president of Makerere when I also now made it to Makerere. And I won. He also supported me for guild president.
Okay.
Because at the time for him he was a member of parliament. You can see pictures of us standing together. That was the time when I was visiting him in Gulu. I was a student leader but visiting him in Gulu. So we have really come from far. He started as a mentor. We ended up taking over the party and I became his deputy president. Now I think he can very easily again mentor me as he supports me.
Good afternoon, our dear viewers. Thank you for following us at Mulengra Media Platform. My name is Agreba Babluba, and today I'm moderating a program called One on One. Today we are having one of the most outspoken politicians in Uganda. He is the vice president of the Democratic Party, a former legislator in the East African Legislative Assembly, and now a declared contender for the DP presidency. This